Jam. All right. When you're in, yeah, you're fine. We're gonna take them into overtime. Welcome to the Space Jam. Space Jam. All right. So, when do we tell everybody where to find us?
After we start the show. After we start the show is when.
Start the show. That's when I say. That's when we say like the tag.
You know, I thought season 2 we would have had this down by now.
This might be a lifelong thing.
I understand.
Let's get this out the way now. Thank you for joining us. Can you guess what we're talking about today?
No hints. No hints.
Can you guess which one? Which one do you think we'll spend more time on?
The bald one or the multiple teams one?
The bald one or that hairline's not fooling anybody?
Exactly.
One? That should be baldy.
Baldy.
Yo, we're gonna get into that acting, because neither one of these guys were Oscar-winning actors.
Terrible
but
actors.
Jesus, you got Baldy,
and
then you got oh no, oh.
How do you act that bad as a cartoon?
He was a bad cartoon.
He was, yo.
He wasn't even drawn good. Let's start it off.
Let's start the show.
Let's start it off.
Listen up. If y'all don't know, there's no-stalgia.
Like
Brostalgia.
Bada bing, bada boom. Now welcome to the Space Jam. All right. What's going on, folks? My name is Elijah Davis.
And I'm Ant.
That's Ant.
And this is Brostalgia. As you already know, if you'd like to find us, you can find us at Brostalgia Show on Instagram, Brostalgia on TikTok, brostalgiashow@gmail.com if you would like to send us an email. If you have a suggestion for the show, you want us to cover something specific, email us and let us know. Or leave a comment under any of our social medias. DM us, all that good stuff.
Or just text me. Don't call me. I'm going to ignore it.
It's 2023, 4, whenever this episode comes out. Who's still, don't call people. What's wrong with you?
Don't call unannounced. Don't call before calling.
It's almost like if you have to call someone, you should text them first. And if you're already texting me, just keep texting me.
Jordan, open. Chicago with the lead. At the end of the game, you got to get it out of his hands. He's a killer.
Let's just talk to get the gist of why Space Jam in part was even made. We have to go back to a wild time called the 90s.
It was a wild time.
And it started off with one man, Michael Jordan.
Michael Jeffrey Jordan.
Who was so popular, he had his own theme song. Sometimes I dream that he is me. You got to see that's how I dream to be.
Like Mike. I want to be like Mike.
I want to be like Mike.
Like Mike.
I love the part where they start literally harmonizing, and he gets the buzzer beats like. No, the part that get me though at the end, where they're like, I want to be like Mike. He's drinking his Gatorade. He kind of laughs at the camera.
Y'all want to be like me? Y'all know what I do behind the scenes?
He literally looks at the camera.
Flu game.
Flu.
If I had a flu, yes.
Stop it.
You know. What was that commercial? Wasn't that a Gatorade commercial?
It was a Gatorade commercial, and they sold Michael Jordan more than they sold the Gatorade.
Yeah, they didn't mention the Gatorade.
They didn't mention the Gatorade, which is I think most people, if you ask the average person, probably the Like Mike commercial, they probably think they were selling Jordans or something.
You would think that.
They were selling Gatorade. Because they never mentioned, they showed the Gatorade twice. The rest is just him dunking.
They could have at least sold you the dream, drink Gatorade and you can be like Michael Jordan.
Could you imagine I want to be like Mike, but instead of Michael Jordan, it's Mike Tyson fucking niggas up? Sometimes I dream that he is me.
You got to see that's how I dream to be.
I dream I move.
I eat your asshole alive.
I dream I groove like Mike. If I could be like Mike. Oh, if I could be like Mike. Like Mike.
You hoe.
If I could be like Mike.
I'll fucking love me.
Space Jam 4 is Mike Tyson and the Looney Tunes.
Could you imagine Mike Tyson and the Looney Tunes? How dark that shit.
The boxing movie?
Because honestly, that'll be a good movie. Because if you want to make it like a statement, Looney Tunes is way more violent than Mike Tyson.
But on the other hand, leave it to Mike Tyson to be the only one who could probably beat a tune to death. He's just beating Bugs Bunny to death.
What I will say about Space Jam, the first one, is that our parents, they must have either we had straight A's in school, or they were just lazy as shit, because we watched Space Jam way too much when that VHS came out.
When that VHS dropped, it was a wrap. I think that was like the only tape I watched
Like
for a good while.
Like for some reason, I don't know why, I would watch Space Jam. Like it would go off, and then you had to rewind it back then. So you had to like find something to do. So I would like put it. We had an actual rewinder.
I remember those.
So we would I put Space Jam in the rewinder. Like, fuck. I'm like a little middle. I'm like, fuck. What do I do now? I watched Fern Gully for like 5 minutes.
I'm about to say, rewinding it's only relative to being a kid, because I guarantee you it didn't take that long.
No,
but as a kid, it felt like
it was an hour and a half rewind.
It's
like 20 seconds. I'm like, fuck. What do I do in the meantime?
It was 60 seconds max. It probably wasn't that long, if I could really think back to it.
When I was watching at least 90 seconds of Fern Gully, just waiting for Space Jam to rewind.
Fern Gully was good.
Then I let Tim Curry sing his little freaky ass song, and then I throw Space Jam back in.
We're gonna get into how problematic Fern Gully was.
Yeah, especially just I love Tim Curry, but who was signing off on Tim Curry to do children's stuff back then?
Yeah, it was bad. It was problematic.
Tim Curry didn't give a fuck.
No, he didn't. That probably wasn't even in the script. He probably. We'll get to exactly what we're talking about.
They would bring Tim Curry on Sesame Street, be like, "Hey, Tim Curry, can you sing us a song about the letter A? A is for anus, and ass and anal fungus."
Yo, it's just Elmo uncomfortable, like, yeah, Tim Curry.
Tim Curry, stop! Don't tickle me! Don't touch me, Curry. Elmo.
That'd be the one time a Muppet is like, cut the cameras. Get this man off the soundstage.
Yo, protect Tim. I fucking love Tim Curry.
I love you.
I remember before Space Jam 2 came out, we all said on the Glorious Bastards podcast, there's no way LeBron James could be a worse actor than Michael Jordan.
I'm shorter than Kevin Hart.
It's pretty bad.
The crazy part about Michael Jordan being that bad at acting is that he wasn't even the worst actor in Space Jam. Because I don't know what the fuck Charles Barkley was doing, but that little girl at the basketball court when Charles Barkley was trying to play basketball, remember that shit? She's like, yo, you Charles Barkley, like, hey, can I play basketball with you guys? So he let him play ball. And he just started. He was
horrible. You're so bad at acting that you don't even know how to act bad at basketball. Like it's
because first of all, so the story of Space Jam was stupid looking aliens came to Toon World and they were going to play the Toons in basketball to take control of them and enslave them. So the Toons kidnapped Michael Jordan, and then they realized they got Michael Jordan. They didn't even have Michael Jordan yet. The aliens come and they steal
the powers from basketball players
of the basketball players to become better at playing basketball. They steal Patrick Ewing, Charles Barkley, Muggsy Bogues, and some other guy. Charles Barkley goes to play a pickup game in the street. Charles Barkley, famous ass Charles Barkley, just
walking down the street.
Just walking down the street.
Not being mobbed by any fans.
So he plays ball it wasn't even that he was bad. They took his powers so much that he didn't even have like muscle memory or even like he was like, as soon as he got to the court, he was having trouble like walking straight and like
like how did they just take your brain? Like how the fuck?
He was behaving like an idiot. It's like, bro.
Yo, but it's worse than that. Is he obviously couldn't play ball. Is the fact that they welcomed him in to play, obviously because he's Charles Barkley, but the way they told him to get the fuck out of here.
That was the bad acting.
Not Charles Barkley. It's a wannabe who looks like him. Be gone. Wannabe, be gone.
And then Charles Barkley just like, oh,
he's like okay,
just leaves.
Do.
I thought Kazam was bad. Oh, that was terrible. Oh, wow. Whoa.
How long was Michael Jordan missing for?
Long enough. I don't
like
days.
Talking about Michael Jordan's legacy. When The Last Dance came out, people realized how like batshit crazy and addicted to winning Michael Jordan was behind the scenes. That was one of the few documentaries.
The Last Dance is I don't know who hasn't seen it, but go watch The Last Dance documentary.
It is phenomenal.
It's great. It's fantastic.
When I say it's honest, that's the first time I watched a documentary about somebody I liked and I walked away liking them a little bit less. After watching The Last Dance, I realized while Michael Jordan went missing for that long in Space Jam and nobody went looking for him really, they were probably glad he was fucking gone. Like they were concerned he was missing, but not really concerned that he was missing.
He falls down, gets up, and he is the most mild-mannered person. For someone who just got sucked through a golf ball hole into the cartoon world, he's just dizzy, and then he's just talking to them like...
Bugs Bunny?
Yeah,
Bugs Bunny.
Bugs Bunny.
Like, you can't be real. You're a cartoon.
Further than that. They get him all the way into the gym, this dilapidated-ass gym in Looney Tunes Land. And then they try to play, and Michael Jordan trips because he's wearing like his dress shoes or whatever, his golf shoes. And he just is, he says it like it's some normal shit to say. Well, y'all got to go to my house and get my basketball gear. I'm like, did you just you told cartoon characters, yeah, just go in my house and get my basketball gear. So they do this. Bugs and Daffy go into Michael Jordan's home somehow. They go under the ground, and all of a sudden it's just under his rug, and they're in the house. And then the dog catches them. So they're trying to escape this dog. Then his kids come in and see two cartoon characters stealing their father's basketball clothes. And then they help him, like, here. And like, your dad's with us because he has to help us win a game against some aliens. And you just say that, and these kids are just like, oh, all right, here's my father's things. Yeah. They rip the shorts out of the dog's mouth, and he's just like, here, Bugs.
Like, yeah, he was like, he's like, here, Bugs. Like he was fighting for his fucking.
Because then that makes me think, like, is this dog supposed to be? Is that not your dog?
That does not make sense.
Where was the mother? Maybe she was hysterically crying because Michael Jordan is missing.
Or maybe she was happy that Michael Jordan was missing.
Like, if that happened, there's no cops anywhere. There should be the most high-profile person of the 90s doesn't have like this search team out looking for him.
Could you imagine the deleted scenes of the police coming? He's like, officer, I don't know where he's been. He was supposed to be home after practice 3 days ago. I haven't seen him. It's that fucking gambling. There's some gambling debts. I think they gave...
Flu gave my ass.
Which goes back. I know I'm bouncing around, but it's Michael fucking Jordan. Going back to The Last Dance, if this was the real Michael Jordan, he would have been busting them cartoons ass, like on some like trying to get him to kill themselves type shit. They asked Michael Jordan in The Last Dance about his dad dying. He was sad, but kind of. He was like, my dad died. I was really messed up. I was a hard time in my life. I never got over it fully, but he wanted me to win, yada, yada. Then they asked him about gambling. He was like, I didn't understand by everybody. I thought I was gambling. I didn't have a gambling problem. I like to gamble, but everybody was gambling. And it was like...
This Michael Jordan impression is great. It's great.
But then they asked Michael Jordan about winning. This is how I play basketball. You don't want to play that way?
Don't play that way.
Break.
If you don't want to play that way, don't play that way. bricked.
If I could be like Mike.
So they get him his stuff. Then he's practicing in the gym. Then he has to train them on how to play basketball. He starts spitting all over the gym, and then Taz spins with like the mop, and it's all sparkling clean.
Yeah.
I don't know how spit fixed like mechanical shit, but whatever.
When the Monstars show up, after I guess they clean the gym, the Monstars just break the fuck in and crash their whole training session. And somehow Michael Jordan gets knocked down, and they go, "Yeah, you're all washed up, Baldy."
Baldy!
That was the most intense.
That moment was probably the most acting. He probably was like, I gotta nail this line. He was probably at home looking in the mirror like, Baldy, 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 Baldy. When they took Michael, before he got his gear, when they took Michael Jordan and crushed him into a ball, but did you peep? He was like screaming and his voice got real high. He's like, ah, ah, ah. I remember being like, that's not his voice.
Can you believe it?
And that motherfucker was on crack. The Muggsy Bogues alien was way
That
too...
was my favorite one, bro.
Way too hype.
Look at the footwork. Can you believe it? Can you believe it?
This movie wasn't it made in the transition? Or was it
Yeah,
made
I
after?
think
No, it was made after the transition. After he left
I
baseball.
think he had just came back.
He had just came back. And they are really nailing that down in this movie. They want you to know he played on the Sox and went back to the Bulls as 45. And they really tried to use this movie for kids anyway. Like it's an actual what actually happened. Because remember at the end they was like, they don't think you could play the game no more. And he was like, it's only one way to find out. And then he see the Bulls 45 Jordan doing this dunk and shit. I was like,
even when he went back, first of all, his family was just at his baseball game. He had been missing, and they were in the stands at his baseball game.
Fam.
And he shows up in a spaceship.
Fam.
He lands the spaceship on the field.
First of all, Space Jam Michael Jordan, I'm talking to you. Divorce your wife. She don't give a fuck about you. You've been missing. You land in a spaceship and it's just like, hey, there he is. Like, what?
Michael Jordan, you can't even say like, well, maybe he wasn't gone that long. First of all, he went missing at a golfing event. It was broad daylight, probably early morning. When they sent his kid the tunes to go get his
It was
sneakers,
nighttime.
It was nighttime. So at least he's been missing for a full day, and nobody's heard from him. The most famous athlete on
because
the
then it's
planet.
daytime. Because it's nighttime then, and it's nighttime when Stan is trying to dig to get under
But
the.
it's nighttime, when Stan's trying to dig, and then
when all the ball players are trying to get they're seeing that they don't got powers anymore. It's daytime.
So they done Charles Barkley done got his ass busted by some kids. They done went to like a therapy center or a rec center, like
Patrick Ewing.
Yeah, they all like in this.
They all were in there.
They're all in a hospital. So it's been at least bare minimum. I'm going to say at least 2 to 3 days, and nobody's heard from this man.
Dog, and well, it wasn't as problematic then. But not only did a spaceship land, but R. Kelly is playing from a speaker unknown. Like, I believe I can fly.
R. Kelly was in the spaceship.
R. Kelly.
R. Kelly.
R. Kelly.
I like how they pitched to the big Monstar guy, the boss. I forgot what his name was. He had a name. I don't remember what it was.
The Danny DeVito guy?
Yeah. But he's talking to Jordan. He was like, they changed the deal. Like if they win, they could just take him. And he was like, you'll be on Moron Mountain.
Moron Mountain.
You'll be on Moron Mountain and you'll play other kids in basketball. It's like, and you'll always lose. Yo, and then they go into the locker room and he gives that pep talk. And then no one fucking listens. Like, you got this, guys. We just got to go out there. And they were all asleep.
Yeah, it was.
And then Bugs was like, good talk, Mike. He was like, but you've been holding out on it. He had his Mike's secret stuff. First of all, I was like, is this a steroid joke? It's clearly a steroid joke because Bugs drinks it and he gets all diesel.
Husky.
I was like, but then they all drink it. So my adult brain watching this was like, did they just tell kids that steroids are okay?
Yeah, man, I didn't think you
needed it. You guys are all tough.
You guys are tough. they could have went balls to the wall with product placement. They mentioned a lot of it.
But they mentioned it in ways that was like
tongue in cheek.
He was like, put on your hand, like strap up your Nikes.
He was like, Big Mac on the way there.
Yeah. He's like, eat your Wheaties and get your Big Mac on the way there. Like they mentioned it was funny in a way.
It was tongue in cheek, like, okay, as an adult, you're like, I see what you. That's all the fucking things.
Yeah.
But then I'm like, out of all the things y'all mentioned Hanes, y'all mentioned
Big Macs, Nikes.
Then you have Michael's secret stuff. I'm like, why wasn't that just
Gatorade?
It was just water. Like, we could have made Gatorade. Like, that's how much Michael didn't give a fuck about Gatorade.
It's another question I got. Yo, the Looney Tunes have never tasted water before? Like, how did that be like, this is just Daffy? Like,
this is some good
stuff.
stuff.
Fucking water. Just fucking water, Mike. We're not going to win this game.
My part was when he was all getting suited up to go play ball. And Daffy had like the night helmet on.
Yeah. Just get out of my way. Yo, Daffy was like, he was dope in that movie.
Daffy was funny.
The gut check, and then he positioned his feet. He put the helmet on, the headbutt the dude.
Yes.
And he positioned his feet and it sounded like a gun cock. Like,
that was, I used to always do that when I was a kid about to race. I'd be like, with my fucking feet.
That part always stuck out to me as a kid.
Daffy Duck got a lot of shine in that movie.
He did. Hey, you, what we gonna do? Hey, you, what we gonna do? Hey, you, what we gonna do? Hey, you, what we gonna... All these people in the house, let's go. It's your boy JC. Hi. So, bang, in my face, behind my back, you know what's next. Just jam all in your face. What's up? Let's feel the bass. Rockin', and boom. Shaking, space, kaboom. Just work that body, make sure you don't hurt nobody.
Everybody get up, it's time to slam.
There was a whole nother part to that, but I forgot it.
Good point. That soundtrack was good.
Legendary.
That soundtrack
Legendary.
was so, and out of all the soundtracks we talk about, like from childhood movies and shit that were still lit, that soundtrack, I think to this day, doesn't get appreciated for front. It had that. It had I Believe I Could Fly. Fly Like an Eagle by Seal was on there. Bro, the Monstar song with Method Man.
I hit him high, hit him high, hit him high. You hit him low, hit him low, hit him low. There was a Monica joint on there that was dope. There was
I will cross the ocean.
Yeah, that shit was fire.
That was the credit song too. That was the song
they had Bugs Bunny rapping on there. What was it called? Buggin'. And it was written by Jay-Z.
Get the fuck out of here.
I promise you.
A little longer than a few minutes later.
You're bugging. You're bugging. Thanks to Space Jam gonna stop. You're bugging.
A little longer than a few minutes later.
Moving on.
We're not gonna spend as much time on the new Space Jam.
No, because it's gonna be mostly complaints.
Yeah, it's all. The movie is a complaint.
Space Jam 2.
A new legacy.
I'm trying to think of where to, because first of all, Space Jam in itself is like all over the place, but this one found new places to be all over. I don't like shitting on movies for the sake of shitting on them, and I damn sure don't want people to think that we just agree with the average consensus, because we defended Mortal Kombat, the remake.
Yeah.
But then there are some movies that are just so out of pocket and ridiculous, or they're just so head scratching as to why it was even made the way it was made, that it's like, maybe the average person is kind of right about this. Space Jam 2 is one of those films. Basically, I'm going to make it real simple with the plot because it doesn't deserve too much time. LeBron James is a basketball player as a child. He's playing Game Boy. His coach tells him to stop being distracted by things like this and focus on your craft, because basically games are evil.
His coach really came at him about that Game Boy. He acted like he had the Game Boy on the court, like while he was running up the court. He was on the bench with his Game Boy.
On the sidelines.
Anyway, go ahead.
His coach acted like the Game Boy was drugs or something.
Yeah, like it was Mike's secret stuff. Like it was the flu.
So fast forward, LeBron is now an adult and he's the greatest athlete alive. We know that because they remind you verbally
over and over and over. Yes.
His son, he's like showing hints of being Tony Stark one day.
Yeah.
And LeBron says, "You need to put that down and focus on basketball." And it's like, why?
Why wouldn't you support your son?
Like,
and he made a game, like a basketball game and everything. Like,
you need to stop focusing on being smart and your education and focus on basketball. His son's taking advice from a guy that was so good at basketball, he never went to college. Like, bro, what is the message here?
That does not make sense.
So, Don Cheadle was living inside a computer. Mm-hmm. His name is Algae Rhythm.
Algae Rhythm. What small child is like, oh, okay, algorithm.
So, he's tired of the world not knowing he exists inside of this computer. So, he sucks all of LeBron's followers and family and friends into the computer where they'll be trapped for life so he can have friends and company.
And he convinces LeBron's son to help him do it.
That wasn't the deal.
Oh, yeah. Didn't see that coming, did you?
Well, at least we're good.
And he gets LeBron's son to his side by showing him attention. He kind of bonds with him as a surrogate father figure. He takes him out. He shows him stuff. He shows him attention. He does all the things that LeBron is too busy in his adult life to do. And at this point, I really said, wow, y'all just called this movie Space Jam, even though they never go to space. And then you just gave it the plot to Hook.
Yo, it is Hook.
It was literally the plot to Hook.
That movie is Hook.
Now it's time to be whatever you want to be.
But all my extraordinary gifts, they're nothing compared to yours.
You did it! Hoist him up!
All these people came here to see you, Dom.
I found my happy thought. You know what my happy thought was?
It was you.
Do you understand how much I love you? I mean, I don't even know if I'm saying this right.
It's pretty bad.
Everybody get up. It's time to Hook Jam.
Smee.
Shmee, yo, that's my shit.
See, now we might have to do that movie.
Shmee. Get off your. I'm going to end it all, Shmee. I'm going to get off
Shit
your
was
arse.
dark.
Save me, Shmee. Get off your arse and help me, Shmee.
Help me, Shmee. Just telling him to stop me from killing myself, Shmee.
This is it. Don't try to stop me this time, Smee. Don't try to stop me this time, Smee. Don't you dare try to stop me this time, Smee. Try to stop me. Smee, you better get up off your ass. Get over here, Smee.
I think his name was Smee.
But this nigga's name was Shmee.
Shmee. This is his name.
This nigga's name was Shmee. Shmee. I'm going to have a very controversial opinion. There are probably some that were going to go in here and hate on it anyway because it was LeBron James and they were fully intending to shit on LeBron. But then this movie delivered everything for them to shit on.
Yeah.
I'm going to honestly say that LeBron acting was one of my biggest gripes. But to be fair, when you talk about who was the worst actor, I feel like when they made Space Jam, they didn't expect much out of Jordan. They kind of made him straight-laced, monotone.
Yeah.
The most acting he had to do was baldy.
And play basketball.
Space Jam 2, they wanted him to like be a father. You never even saw Jordan interact with his kids really.
No, you didn't.
Like this one,
you didn't.
He was trying to be a good dad, trying to like meet his son halfway, like kind of talk to his human side.
He was having business meetings.
Yeah,
he did voice overacting as a cartoon character.
He had to show fear. He had to like yell and like panic, and they really wanted LeBron to actually somewhat act.
He's been in movies before, but he played himself in this too. But it was much of a less capacity than this was.
Like they actually like said like, yo, we want you to actually do things that require human emotion.
I know that sounds crazy, but Space Jam 1, we need the best player in the world. It's Michael Jordan. Space Jam 2 is like, we need the best player in the world. Okay, LeBron James. But is there a scenario in which people would have taken this movie seriously if it wasn't LeBron James as the star?
So we'll get to that later because there was supposed to be other.
That's right.
Space Jam
you got to
2,
fill me in on
but it's not like this. It was something totally different, which might have worked out better. But the other issue I had is, again, who is the target audience for this? And I know a lot of people are out there. They're probably sitting there. As soon as you start shitting on Space Jam 2, the LeBron stands come out and they'll realize, see, you're just trying to shit on LeBron James. Like, no, it's not even LeBron.
It's not about LeBron.
It's the movie. It's the writing, the pacing, the target. Who was the target audience? Because here's the thing. A lot of people will say, and I've heard this argument, and I disagree. I agree, but I disagree. They'll say, well, Space Jam 1 was bad. And it's like, no shit. But Space Jam 1 was bad, but we knew it was for kids. It wasn't for adults to break down and criticize.
Yeah.
It was fully for kids for the most part. And they had little things in there for adults too. But you knew that Space Jam was for kids. The soundtrack was dope enough for kids to get behind.
Mm-hmm.
And adults could say, some of these songs are actually pretty good. Space Jam 2, I can't tell if it's for kids or for the adults that used to be kids when Space Jam 1 came out.
But, okay, and that's where I'm going to join you in this. Because Space Jam 2, when you see Space Jam 2, like the sequel to Space Jam is coming out, immediately the people who were there for the first one, there's whose like alarms are going to go up. Like,
exactly.
Oh shit, I love that as a kid. Cool, Space Jam 2. But then they pitch it as like a new legacy, and I get why they named it that now. But at the same time, like, how can you pitch the sequel to the 90s movie Space Jam that happened 30 years ago to kids now? You put LeBron in it. Of course, they know who LeBron is. He's the biggest star, blah, 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 blah. But then you're using terms and references in this movie that people who are over 30 years old are going to get. Like, all those background characters during the big game is like, the kids now don't know what the fuck a Clockwork Orange is, or the Mystery Machine, or like all the references are just like
they're kind of dated.
They're super dated.
They're dated.
Besides, like they're like Rick and Morty is in it, but even that's not a child's cartoon. That's an adult cartoon. The tone is so childlike that it confuses the fan base. So now kids are gonna watch it, and the tone is kid friendly, but then everything they turn to is only things that OG Space Jam watchers would actually understand. They kind of poke at that in the movie where LeBron is going down the list of people they could get, like Superman and Batman and all that stuff. But then they just bring them all the old Looney Tunes characters. So I guess they kind of poke at it, but still, it's very mixed messaging.
You can't say, the first Space Jam was bad. It's like, first of all, it wasn't that bad if 30 years later you're trying to capitalize off of it.
Right.
So clearly there was something there.
Oh, Space Jam made bank.
Yeah. And then secondly, you can't sit here and say, it wasn't made for you. Let's not put tongue in cheek and say it wasn't made for adults who were raised off the first one. It was way too much fan service.
You made a sequel to one of the biggest movies of the 90s. Yeah. Like, we all saw that as a kid. Who was it for?
Just because you label a film as a child's film does not mean it is made for children.
Well, you know what? Before we get out of here, fill us in on what Space Jam 2 is supposed to be.
So, Space Jam 2 was a bunch of ideas. So Michael Jordan, I don't think ever had any intention of doing a sequel. Now, they never wanted to get away from the Looney Tunes. It was always going to be the Looney Tunes, but it was, who can we get in to fill Michael Jordan's shoes? And the lineup they had was hilarious. One was Jackie Chan. It was going to be called Spy Jam.
Oh, that's painful to hear.
Another one, Golf Jam with Tiger Woods. So do what you will with that.
You want to do a movie, Tiger? I want to be beloved again, like before I had sex with all those waitresses from IHOP. Jordan did Space Jam. I want my Space Jam.
They were going to do Skate Jam with Tony Hawk.
You had to release it at the perfect time,
exactly.
Like when them Tony Hawk games was popping, like you had to put it out then.
Because Tony
early
Hawk
2000s.
He had the PlayStation game. Tony Hawk was a big deal. He was excited to do it. He wanted to do it. They had that Looney Tunes movie with Brendan Fraser, and it bombed. After that movie bombed, they didn't even call Tony Hawk back and say we're not doing it. They just stopped calling him. They just never called him again.
How you flake Tony Hawk?
And they had Tony Hawk say it kind of crushed me. I was like really excited. It was really kind of messed up with how they did it. But that goes back into the other point. They didn't do it because after the Brendan Fraser movie, they said they didn't feel confident in the Looney Tunes bringing in Bank. So what the fuck did you think happened with the Looney Tunes in the years after that to make them go see LeBron with them?
Because they were building off they're banking off the legacy of Space Jam. Like that's another reason, for me, as I'm listening to you say all this, it wouldn't have worked because Space Jam was like a perfect storm. Looney Tunes was popping, Michael Jordan was popping. Because Space Jam 1 the idea sparked because it was a Jordan commercial where he played Bugs Bunny, and that's where the idea came from. And they waited too long, way too long. If Space Jam came out in the mid-90s, you would have needed another Space Jam by at least 2000 for it to be like, okay, we're all in. Waiting this long is just like, now everybody who watched it back then, it was like, I got a house and a family. I got real shit happening. Also, I just think the premise is too shaky. There's no reason you couldn't have the Monstars come back in some way, shape, or form. Even though they show up in the movie, they do a cameo. And even though the first one ended with them wanting to be Looney Tunes, you could have had their boss somehow coming back and getting them and grouping them back up and at least give me something.
Right.
Because that way the messaging is at least a little bit less mixed.
Speaking of cameos, there was like one. It was the wrong Michael Jordan.
23, Michael Jordan.
Be gone. Wanna be gone.
But you know what? I'll give it to them because in the writing room, they probably was like, this is perfect.
This is my I'm not gonna lie, when I saw him, I was like, I've never been so disappointed to see Michael B. Jordan in my life. And that's my guy. I was like, bro, why are you here? And he was hyped to be there. That was the funny part.
And he still tried to give him the pep talk.
Yeah, he was hyped. He had popcorn and shit.
Right.
But they were like, Sylvester, that's the wrong one. He's like, oh, really? It's like, bro, you met Michael Jordan. Like, you remember?
You were there.
You were on the team.
He was bald.
Baldy.
If you haven't seen Space Jam 2, definitely check it out. Like, again, it's not a horrible movie, but it's just not a movie that I've gone back to after the first.
It's not a horrible movie. It's not a good movie either, though.
It's like to go from a movie you played over and over. And there are some movies that I still will watch over and over as an adult. Like, I watch Moana any chance I get.
Spider-Verse. Spider-Verse movies are the greatest animated movies of the modern day.
That movie shitted on everything I had as a kid, bro.
Oh, hell yeah.
Everything I had as a kid.
You would have given that to me as a child? I would have lost my fucking mind. Like,
I can't imagine being a kid.
I lost my mind now.
Yeah.
Like, that'd have been crazy.
Like a 10-year-old and going to go see Across the Spider-Verse. Like, yo, this is Spider-Man for me from now on. Like, it will never be anything else.
You'll never do. It's like it would have been the untoppable Spider-Man movie.
Exactly. So
it is the untoppable Spider-Man movie.
If we ever do a Spider-Man episode, it's going to be a lot of time spent on that. But thank y'all for joining us.
We do.
Thank y'all for coming. Thank y'all for enjoying the Space Jam. It's your chance. You did your dance
at the Space Jam.
All right.
You could also, after you jam and everything in space, you could follow us at Brostalgia Show on Instagram, Brostalgia on TikTok, brostalgiashow@gmail.com. You can send us an email, hit us up, suggest something for us to cover for the show. We will cover it, we promise. Or leave comments under the YouTube video, slide in our DMs and Instagram, comment under the videos, and whatever you want to do to contact us. You have countless ways at this point. Hit us up, comment,
what you want with us.
Do the things, and we will continue to also do the things as we keep going down memory lane on this Brostalgia trip.
Yes, sir.
But for myself and for my friend here,
this guy,
Elijah
B. Jordan, Elijah B. Davis,
Elijah B. Jordan.
Space Jam 2 was Hook. I'm never gonna let that go.
Space Jam 2 is Hook. And there's no nostalgia. Were you about to say something?
No, that's it.
And there's nostalgia.
Like Brostalgia. Bada bing, bada hook. Peace.
Baldy.
Baldy. Baldy.
Oh.